Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between th000 and Lawliet. Game taking place here on Ancient Isle. Thank you, Rubber Cookie, for the bits. Definitely helps. Great way to start the stream. Been one per set I've watched over the years. Wow, I guess you've watched a lot of a lot of my videos. Thank you, everyone. Hi, I am Crota, and I will be giving you a shoutcast and a game between th000 and Lawliet. I believe th000 is actually the blue human player on the bottom right. Meanwhile, Lawliet is the red human on the top left. Don't quote me on that, as I am not 100% sure, and because of that, I'll just be referring to them as, well, human versus human, red versus blue in this 1v1 matchup. It's good to see you guys live as well. The changes in 1.29 have opened up a plethora of different types of strategies, and I'm thinking that this is the first human versus human mirror match that I've got to cast since the 1.29 patch. So I'm wondering how things have played out. Now, a couple of people have been asking me, or been saying, hey, don't quit, keep on streaming and doing all these things. And I gotta say, I have stabilized, at least financially, in terms of streaming, in terms of cost. I no longer am, well, I'm still sub minimum wage. And it's really not about the money. I do get a lot of enjoyment out of casting these games, interacting with the crowd, and then interacting on YouTube as well. I do get a lot of enjoyment out of it, and I'm wondering how long I can really continue to do it. I have been going back to school, studying and working full-time. All of those things do take quite a toll on me, and I want to make sure that I do everything at least fairly well. I take care of my family, work hard, and do all those things that I like to do as well. But let's see how all of this is going to be unfolding. You can see an Archmage with Militia already making their way out across this 5-3-3 creep camp. A Footman may try to come across and get some damage in here, but won't really be able to do very much. He should perhaps be heading off to the north in order to do a bit of scouting. Nice to see you live. Well, yep, I think I've already responded to that particular comment. Anyways, Footman running around on the scout inside here, now going after this peasant, and the peasant will be saved by a bunch of other militias showing up to the party to try and push that away. Archmage should pick up a Ring of Protection +2, no big surprise there. Also a Tome of Strength, giving him 25 extra hit points. On the other hand, it is going to be a Gloves of Haste and a Tome of I believe it's a Tome of Agility, or is it Tome of Intelligence? Yeah, Tome of Agility, 21 to 27 damage. So it is going to be Tome of Agility, now adding in a Tome of Intelligence as well. Both sides just going to be doing some early creeping and trying to get to level 2. There are Forest Troll Shadow Priests in the corners of the map with those mercenary camps, and they may become very important if you're trying to shut down your opponent's water elementals. Militia or peasants purposely positioning themselves right there to make it difficult for the Footman to actually get inside. Meanwhile, it looks as though red has a slight timing advantage, but we do see, well, the red Drake doing a lot of damage to this Archmage, as the Archmage will be forced to back up here. Meanwhile, finally at the other end of the map, you can see that blue is a little bit behind here, finally drops in an additional water elemental. This water elemental wants to get some damage onto that red Drake. You're just trying to rack up as much as you can as the Footmen finish off the remainder of the ground troops. This water elemental will get death by time life. Red Drake is sitting at, well, level 6 at about half life, adding in a Forest Troll Berserker. Still no Forest Troll Shadow Priest as of yet, though, as that should be a fairly common unit at this point. Back at the other side of the map, Archmage picks up Devotion Aura, does have that Forest Troll Shadow Priest, and now going to clear out the 5-4-4 creep camp at the Goblin Merchant Shop. Pretty much both sides doing the same exact thing so far, as this Footman, down to 224 hit points, will be forced to try and flee. That Footman down to 165 hit points, but as blue is chasing that lone Footman, you can see red is actually gaining a little bit of an experience advantage. Also has that replenishment potion. We'll see if he sells that Devotion Aura later, as we are now looking at, well, blue pretty much doing the same exact creep pattern, just a little bit behind in terms of timing. Now, oftentimes, both players may be doing the same exact thing in WarCraft 3, but being ahead or being behind in timing can actually have different outcomes and impacts. You can take a look at this over here. Archmage picking up a boot of speed now, going to be coming back down to the south. No boots of speed down across here, as the Archmage is going to be able to perhaps do a little bit of chasing. Who has the high ground advantage? Not quite sure. Footmen now have defend across here, as you see the abolish magic coming across. Water Elemental going to go ahead and that gets taken down, as the units are now going to be looking to back up again. Footmen need to get away. These low hit point footmen, getting hit in the back as the Archmage of red gets to level 4. Distinctive advantage right there, as the footmen, well, coming back around to put damage onto that Archmage. Archmage should be able to drop in another Water Elemental here in just a moment. That footman down to 99 hit points. That Devotion Aura actually having a bit of an impact, as the Water Elemental gets taken down again. So far, red has been winning out in these skirmishes and engagements, as a low hit point footman, able to slip away, as this Archmage now looks to back up again. Arcane Vault, nowhere to be found. No easy healing. We do not even see Arcane Sanctums as of yet, as the footmen of red now clearing out creep camps away from all of the action. Archmage heads back off to the north. We'll see when is the Arcane Sanctums going to be coming across here. There is a blacksmith. You can see the Arcane Vault being added. There is a lumber mill. There is the dual Arcane Sanctums. Red expanding in his city like a, urban city developer? Yeah, that's not a very funny joke. I was trying to make some sort of punchline, but nothing really there. As you now take a look, blue with healing spray. Healing spray from the Alchemist is actually a beautiful, beautiful pickup here. It offsets the fact that there is no Arcane Vault as of yet, but still allows blue to do a lot of creeping. All right, is that unit going to get taken down? All right, what is that? Archmage shows up to the party with a Staff of Teleportation, only to realize, hey, wait, there's nothing that I really want to do right here. Footman, now with Defend, now looking to back up here. Forest Troll Berserker joining in. Archmage, where is it going, as the Footman and the remaining unit's going to come back here? Footman, that low hit point Footman could get taken down. There it goes. Alchemist is there, gets up to level 2. Now going to be going after the Forest Troll Berserker. The Forest Troll Berserker down to 43 hit points. One more shot, and it gets taken down by the wrong Archmage. A bit of denial right there. Alchemist looking to fight back here. Archmage still having some problems. Are we going to perhaps see Book of the Dead dropped, as we are now looking at, yes, the Goblin Zeppelin picking up some of those precious units. Archmage drops down to finish off a low hit point unit. Now looks to fly back away once more, as the Forest Troll Berserker and the Archmage fighting behind here, and now gets the Book of the Dead off. With the Book of the Dead finally in play, the Water Elementals are going to fall extremely quickly due to the skeletal archers and all of that piercing damage. Skeletal minions also in that front line, absorbing a large bit of damage, as the Archmage does have level 4, and with that level 4, one more shot. Oh, wow. Footman down to 4 hit points and does get taken down. The Water Elemental unable to get the killing blow, but did enough to finish it off with the help of the long-distance Archmage. Tome of Knowledge being left behind. I gotta believe that is a mistake right there. But overall supply count 35 compared to 41. All right, this is th000 versus Lawliet. Archmage gonna go ahead and drop back down here. Water Elemental, perhaps for some reason not engaging. Is it stunned or something? Not quite sure. That actually looks a little bit strange, and I'm hoping that this replay is not glitched. And you can see him actually regenerating hit points. Okay, finally looking to fight back here. Perhaps it was on hold position instead of attacking. Militia now being brought across as well. You can see that all of the timed life units will get taken down here in just a moment, as the Alchemist does get to level 3. Level 3, very powerful. Is Beastmaster a good choice when Priest can dispel summons? Well, you have to get to the Priest first, and well, it is a little bit of a double down. You know that the Archmage is going to be using those Water Elementals, and may also try to retrain Blizzard as well. Beastmaster normally not used in the human versus human mirror match, more against the Orc player, so we'll see if that is actually going to work out there. Meanwhile, Archmage, where is it teleporting off to? It teleports back to the other side to try and deny this expansion. Will be able to do exactly that, as the Hawk is overhead. There goes one peasant, down it goes. Meanwhile, you can see a big denial at the other end of the map. Acid Bomb being used by the Goblin Alchemist means that all of these units are actually going to be taking a lot more damage as well. All right, all of those skeletal archers perhaps could have finished off a handful of units, and peasants already down to 58 hit points, but the priest will not be able to finish those off easily either. Beastmaster now trying to head back over here to the bottom right. units do need to regroup. All the priests are all spread out across the map. Adept training is here, ready to go. Spellbreakers, on the other hand, as we are going to be looking at a Goblin Alchemist and Footman with a bunch of priests. Is it going to be enough? Damage now coming back the other way. The priest trying to get back, sitting at -2 damage. Spellbreakers finally added. Could have joined in on the fight, perhaps finished off a priest or two in order to turn things back around. Alchemist now down to 775 hit points. 2 water elementals will go to the experience realm for that blue army. Level 4 on the Archmage. Level 3 on the Alchemist. Compared to a 4-2 on the Archmage and that Beastmaster. Is the Beastmaster a good choice? I think I've already answered that question. You can see scout farms are positioned on both ends of the map as well. The majority of the creep camps have been cleared out, as I mentioned, as we are looking at, a Goblin Zeppelin, making sure that no one has yet set up an expansion. Overall supply 50 compared to 47 army size is about even, as this one farm may get shut down here. At the bottom side of the map, the 6 o'clock position, the Forest Troll Warlord Creep Camp going to be the last one available. The Beastmaster, I do not believe will get to level 3. Archmage may actually get to level 5 though, as we also see double mortar teams here joining in to finish off the Forest Troll Warlords and the Forest Troll Berserkers. Alright, priests do show up. Mortar teams could have just perhaps to try to attack back here. Gonna try and finish off this Forest Troll Warlord. Will they be able to do it in time? There's an acid bomb. And is there enough damage to try and finish off all of these units? Bear now in this fight. So the bear is an interesting choice. It does take some dispel magic, already down to dead after those priests try and dispel it in a pretty much instant. Archmage, on the other hand, gonna go after those priests, and this is a potential creepjack disaster, as Red losing a lot more than he bargained for. Spellbreakers now joining back in on the fight, 50 compared to 53 supply. The mortar teams, however, are starting to tip in favor of the other side. Those mortar teams able to deal so much damage as well, since the mortar teams are currently pretty much going unchallenged. Mortar teams, however, now getting acid bombed, taking a lot of damage here. Alchemist trying to get healing sprayed back up. Looks like he will be able to survive at least for a little while, as a healing ward dropped back down to heal up. I believe it's the priest and the spellbreakers. Yes, there they are. Archmage, on the other hand, will he be able to stay alive any longer, as the Alchemist down to 550 hit points, looking to fight back still. Spellbreakers, reinforcements, and that is the problem. The reinforcements coming in from the blue army so much closer, able to finish off a mortar team before it gets taken down. All right. Goblin Alchemist sitting at level 3, looking to finish off this Water Elemental. Water Elemental down to 93 hit points. One more shot should finish it. There it goes, giving level 5 to the Archmage. That is a huge, huge level right there. Level 5 on the Archmage. It is now 5-3 compared to 5-3, as the Beastmaster should be looking to use those healing wards much more effectively. Still, no one has set up expansions as of yet. You can take a look. The Goblin Zeppelins are looking to set up an expansion here at the 8 o'clock location. And the question is, will they be able to do it? Raging Bear pretty much down to, sub 250 hit points, but will be able to back off and allow its timed life to let it come to an end. Flying Machines already out on the field as well. That Goblin Zeppelin, which was doing just a bit of scouting, will get pressured and perhaps not be able to get back into any sort of good position either. Let's take a look at this. Alchemists are here. Or level 3 Alchemist, level 5 Archmage. We are going to be going into a fight position as the Goblin Alchemist. Oh, no Acid Bomb. There it goes. Acid Bomb finally being placed down, but no mortar teams to actually engage on those priests. The priests are extremely low hit point units that take extra damage from from mortar teams. And I believe Red is just going to be able to continue to push in here and do a lot of damage. Yeah, that Bashing Bear now coming back across here as the Spellbreakers, Footmen, all these units now heading back again. All right, Healing Spray as the units try to run through. They will be able to stay alive a little while longer. Meanwhile, low hit point Footman is about to get taken down. Is it going to get taken down? Yes, there it goes, as a bear does end up falling as well. Beastmaster now looking to head back here as these guard towers will come to completion, giving Red the expansion that he so wants. All right, the longer this game goes, the better it will be for Red. Yes, Arya? No, it is human versus human, and you know that Mommy says you can't watch this anymore, so go back upstairs. All right, Archmage now coming back across here. Beastmaster now going to engage Spellbreakers, trying to perhaps focus down some of those priests. And if they're able to focus down the priests enough, the damage, well, no more healing will be available. Healing spray, healing back all of those Spellbreakers once more as the Spellbreakers try to do a little bit of chasing. I believe we are only at, what, tier 3 coming here by the human player. Yes, Arya? No. Go upstairs, please. All right. Archmage does go ahead and buy a Tome of Retraining. Will it be able to use Blizzard effectively? Yes. All of a sudden, all those priests and all of those mortar teams will be forced to retreat back. And that is a lot of damage to try and escape from. Bear now down to 230 hit points, looking to back up again. You can take a look. There are a couple of guard towers down across here as the Archmage, if it finds the right position, yes, will in fact use that Blizzard again to try and force a retreat. Spellbreakers not looking to pull back. The mortar teams still doing plenty of damage, though, as the mortar teams look to perhaps fight down those Spellbreakers. The Spellbreakers are now much stronger as a frontline army group of units, as the priests now look to go back. Archmage now looking ready to go. Spellbreakers now looking ready to go. Ogre Maulers, the strong, heavy melee units hired from the mercenary camp, a great counter to the Spellbreakers, as the Spellbreakers now looking to retreat back once more. Goblin Alchemist sitting at level 4, Archmage sitting at level 5, going up against a 5-3 Beastmaster. Beastmaster still has double healing wards to be placing down, and is it going to be enough as the Archmage just purposely dives on in to try and Blizzard down some units? Where are the Spellbreakers of red, and why aren't they shutting down that Archmage, as the Archmage is still dropping wave after wave? Knights now on the battlefield, but no Staff of Sanctuary that I have seen yet to try and protect those very expensive units. 67 supply compared to 58. Gold mines should be running, yeah, about 5 minutes left on those gold mines. So blue really needs to finish things off right now if he wants to try and come out ahead. Spellbreaker sitting at 1-1 upgrades. Now trying to get away. Where are they going to go next, as the priests all retreating back once more? Clarity Potion being used. All right, let's wait for it. I believe a Staff of Sanctuary onto that knight, perhaps? No. Onto the Spellbreaker? No, nothing of that sort, as the Alchemist is just using a Clarity Potion to try and heal back up all of these units and get going once more. Knight going to be getting into position. Knight in that front line does have Animal War Training. Forest Troll, Berserker, all those units are going to be forced to retreat. Knight actually getting a little bit too far ahead of himself, as the Spellbreakers are going to be ready to fight here as well. Mortar teams, oh, they're going to be taking far too much damage, but they do splat down a priest. Focus fire, so impressive, as the ward is in the back, unable to get, or not getting challenge, allowing all of those units to try and heal back up while standing next to that ward. Archmage retreats back again, and this is just a game of push right now. Who is able to push who into what corner, and will it be advantageous? All right, let's take a look at the Spellbreakers. Going to heal back up again. Water Elementals taking down or absorbing a lot of Blizzard damage. Archmage has to be careful, though. Cannot allow all of that damage to get absorbed. Once again, Lawliet versus, oh my gosh, Lawliet versus th000 in this matchup, as the Priests and Spellbreakers are here ready to go. Priest or Militia now trying to make their way through. This is a call to arms to get onto all of those mortar teams, as you're taking a look. Yes, an Acid Bomb going down to try and focus down some of those mortar teams as well. Alchemist is in that front, does have a Staff of Sanctuary, should be using it sometime soon on that low hit point knight, as the Spellbreakers, well, the cooldown is going to be a little bit of an issue as well. All right, low hit point knight down to 218 hit points. Still plenty of healing available as we take a look across over here. This Forest Troll Berserker in a strange spot, and now Sorceress is joining in as well. All right, Alchemist now looking to back up again, down to 250 some odd hit points, needs to get healed up. 68 supply compared to 57, as the Alchemist is getting closer and closer to level 5. All right, the push into the other corner isn't going to be enough. Knight now at 310 hit points. How is that Knight still alive? Nope, not going to be surviving very long. Finally gets taken down, and with blue losing a second Knight, well, nope, doesn't lose that. Staff of Sanctuary finally used in time to save that unit. 71 supply compared to 52. or 56 now. Red, obviously, with the larger army, but at this point, the reinforcements are coming in as a trickle. Will they be able to reach critical mass again? Or perhaps is a Beastmaster going to get taken down by Spellbreakers, removing all of that precious mana? There's that Blizzard once more, not allowing the Beastmaster to easily escape. Low hit point, Spellbreaker coming back the other way. Alchemist perhaps needs to get a little bit of healing on his own, as the Priest want to get some more healing as well before going splat. Beastmaster still sitting at 300 some odd hit points, playing a very dangerous game as he is now running low on mana and hit points. Units are now pulling back all the way, 69 supply compared to 58. Spellbreakers in that front line trying to hold back as the Alchemist has been healing and keeping these units alive for just so long. But how long can it really be able to hold up? Is the Blizzard actually going to take down multiple units? Here we go, continuing the fight back and forth as the priests are now trying to run back away. Is it? Oh my gosh, one priest dodges the air volley while another ends up getting taken down. Knight has finally been healed back up. More units are retreating. Staff of Sanctuary saves another precious knight, as so far 2 knights have been saved. All right, an army of mortar teams. No easy way to challenge them. Blizzard now being rained down. The Archmage sitting at level 5. Is it going to be able to get to level 6? Almost. Yes, it does. Or no, does not get to level 6. I don't know what unit got or finally gets that experience, as the Thunderhawk is in the air trying to focus down that Knight. The Knight is taking bonus damage there. Finally gets focused by the Archmage. Archmage sitting at level 6. Meanwhile, level 5 on the other side, almost level 6 as well. Units are now pushing back once more. Archmage with level 3 Brilliant Aura does not have does not have mass teleport unless this is level 2 Blizzard, and that is incredibly important to try and maintain the amount of mana that is currently sitting on this Alchemist. Alchemist does have a Staff of Sanctuary. Is it going to have enough of a charge? All right, that Knight, yes, does go ahead and teleport out, as we're going to be looking at all of these units trying to get into the right spot, but being forced to dodge this very, very powerful Blizzard that is just raining down. Blue may be able to come out ahead. The mortar team attack is actually easy to dodge. When you see it in the air, you move, but the mortar teams are still taking down many of those priests. Beastmaster down to 120 some odd hit points, down to 83. Is it going to be able to survive? Units are now looking to back up again as a low hit point until finally getting taken down there. All right, these knights need to retreat desperately. Archmage is in a bit of trouble. Where are all of these units going? Staff of Sanctuary should be used to try and save off more of these units, as the units are once again in full reverse to try and stay alive. Archmage tries to hold the line by throwing down a bunch of blizzards. Archmage, however, taking much more damage than he would like and is now almost back at home. Priest, is it going to get focused down? There's some healing spray trying to draw a line in the sand and still not working, as the Archmage turns around to try and cover any sort of escape. Knight still looking to get away, down to 109 hit points. Staff of Sanctuary saves another Knight. The Blinking, was that a Blinking Bear? I think that, no, that was just a Raging Bear, not a Blinking Bear. Archmage still pushing back the other way as that damage is just raining down so much. A couple of Water Elementals could get taken down. There it goes. Archmage is halfway to level 7. Meanwhile, Alchemist halfway to level 6, which is important as well, since we could have Transmute. All right, more Blizzard raining down. Archmage down to 195 hit points. Is it going to stay alive? Yes, it will. And it is able to stay alive long enough before the Archmage other side is forced to teleport. One mortar team caught just outside of the range, or perhaps too many units alive. And that, well, that is a bit of an issue. All right, this is th000 versus Lawliet. This is not Infi. This is th000 versus Lawliet, as the Archmage now coming back down in from the south. All right, are we perhaps going to see Blizzard raining down on those peasants right there? And all of those peasants, 1, 2, is any more going to get taken down? No, they are not. The units are now trying to head back down to the south as a mass teleport catches all of the units off guard. All right, that teleport to the farm to the south, able to come in with a beautiful flank. And now, all of a sudden, not spotting that was actually a brilliant play by Red to catch this army in a very unfavorable position, and then now being forced to regroup. The mortar teams, 1-0 upgrades, and that is, what, 8 mortar teams, 24 supply of mortar teams that have really been causing a lot of problems. Archmage now looking to head back here. You can take a look. All those units are trying to run away, and they are able to teleport back. Only long distance mining, and Blue, perhaps thinking that he did enough damage, all of a sudden now realizes he needs to try and execute his final game plan in order to come out with with the victory. All right, Archmage sitting at 300 mana is okay for now. Mortar teams with no Mountain Kings nearby to stun, unable to pick them off easily, as the Archmage now going to pretty much teleport straight up on top. Are we going to see an Acid Bomb? Acid Bomb onto a lot of those Mortar teams. Mortar teams do not want to be so closely grouped together. Alchemist now trying to healing spray himself alive as the Raging Bear trying to take down the Alchemist. Alchemist could get taken down. Staff of Sanctuary from the Archmage saves it, as the Knights are now going to get taken down since the cooldown is just going to be a bit of a problem. Arch Knight, it finally gets taken down right there. Meanwhile, Beastmaster sitting at 358 hit points, that Ring of Protection and that Talisman of Evasion really doing a job, as we now finally see level 7 on the Archmage as he's able to teleport away. 67 supply compared to 48. A Clarity Potion now being used. The Priest dispelled magic, the Staff of Sanctuary ability. As you can take a look, Red is looking for that final kill, making sure that no real comeback is able to come across here. Alexander, thank you for the subscription, as the Archmage, well, gets Staff of Sanctuary back again. All right, volley after volley of these Mortar teams. The Priest now trying to not clump together, but no, well, they are going to be taking a large amount of damage. Back across over here, the Alchemist, Staff or Mass Teleport moving away, just trying to move that army into a different spot, perhaps have a better angle, but there was a flare cast, as you saw, so Red knows exactly where Blue is. Mass Mortar teams going to be the big problem. Blizzard now raining down. The Mortar team's just going to go ahead and volley down, attack ground, try to heal up all of those units. Archmage continuing to Blizzard across multiple units, and the Mortar teams may get the Archmage. Archmage down to 13 hit points and is able to escape and somehow stay alive. Staff of Sanctuary saves a low hit point Priest. Archmage still in serious trouble. And at this point and stage in the game, I am pretty much going to call it over. I do not believe there is much that Red can really do. Beastmaster now up to level 5. Mortar teams looking to finish things off. And this is just Red's game to lose now. Short of a massive mistake by Red, Red should have this game without a problem. Let's take a look how this is all going to go down. Archmage doesn't even fall as Red takes the game with a significantly lower hero score, but having many more resources. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.